Hello and welcome to a new edition of Africa Today, and in this special edition of the program we will talk about parliamentary elections as Egyptians abroad continue casting their ballots at embassies and consulates in the second and final day of the rerun of the first phase of the House of Representatives elections. 30 constituencies in 10 governorates are included in the rerun of the first phase of the elections, vying for 58 seats. Heads of diplomatic missions abroad are supervising the voting under the umbrella of the National Elections Authority. And to shed more light on this issue, we are joined today by Dr. Amira Sabek, Strategic Management and Leadership Expert. Good afternoon, Dr. Amira.
Good afternoon to you and all your audience.
So before we start our discussions, let's focus first on the elections abroad. And as we can see that Egyptians abroad are continuing to cast their ballots at embassies and consulates today. So how important is the participation of Egyptian expats in parliamentary elections?
Actually, we can say that when these people participate, they play a crucial role in forming the awareness of the Egyptians who are staying in Egypt as well, because these people are living abroad. They are seeing things that maybe people who are in Egypt are not seeing, so they have more exposure, they have more awareness of how things can go. You know, they are looking at things from a high level or a helicopter view. So when people are outside Egypt, they can see the challenges more than others. They can see the benefits more than others. They can see things from away, so they have a better picture. When they meet and discuss things, even before they go to the elections, you will find that their discussions are enriched, because it is not just local discussions. They are comparing what's going on in Egypt to what's going in Gulf area, to what's going on in Europe, to what's going on in the States. Yes. So we can say they are having a much more a broad vision of what's going on. So when these people give their voice, definitely it will add value, because it will give like diversity of opinions. It is based on these people, even if they are out of the country, they have their loyalty to the country. Yes. They have their kids sometimes still in the country. They want to be back one day. Yes. Maybe they want to be back when things get better. So they are very much keen to make things better so that they can come back. With the awareness they get from abroad, with all the diverse of people they meet, with all the diverse of talks they have with others, I think they are an added value to the elections, because they add value from different perspectives, from different point of views. So we can say it is a diverse perception or diverse point of view that adds a lot to the elections.
So Dr. Amira, if we talk about social awareness, as it is an important aspect also when it comes to elections and participation in the political life here in Egypt in general, first tell us more about the role of social awareness in political life.
Okay. I am a citizen who lives in a society, so I need to understand my society more than anything else. Yes. I need to know what are the strengths of my society. I need to know what are the things, the good things that really gives me privileges, so I can maximize using it. I need to know what are the gaps, so that I need to know the real gaps I have in my society. I need to know if I have financial gaps, if I have economic gaps, if I have awareness gaps. I need to know, I need to understand what I have from gaps, so as not to build dreams without knowing my potentials or capabilities. Yes. I need to, social awareness means that I need to know what opportunities are in front of me, what can I do to have a better life, and at the same time, what challenges do I have? So when I'm talking about social awareness, it is I'm having an analysis for the situation I'm living. I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, I know my opportunities, I know my challenges. When I know this, I have a whole point of view to the situation. I can make a better decision. I can say I have a decision based on data I have, based on information I have. When I'm capable of making a decision, this will support, it will boost my feeling of democracy. Now I have information, I can make decision, I can feel that I'm living in a democratic place, I'm seeking democracy. Seeking democracy means, okay, I have a voice, I have a better way to choose candidates because I know what I have, and I know I have gaps in my society, which I understand quite well. So picking people will be based on what? Who can fill in the gap? What profiles I need? I'm not talking about people. I need specific experiences, specific profiles to fill in the gaps I have. So based on this, I can pick candidates based on data. I can have a better choice of them. I can see who really fits during this time and who doesn't fit. Maybe there might be a very good candidate, but this is not his time. Okay? Maybe I need someone who is more strict. I need someone who is more diverse in the way he's thinking. Maybe I need someone who is closer to people. It depends on the area he is in and the timing we are in. Having this social awareness will increase my sense of democracy. It will increase my capability of choosing people who can help me. It will increase, I can say, my enthusiasm to be engaged in my country, in my society. I don't want people to live in apathy. Apathy means I don't care. I don't care. And this thing, I don't care, you will never say I don't care unless you lack information. When you get information, information fuels you. You feel, okay, I have information and I have used it. If you are empty, you will never admit you don't have information, but you'll say, I don't care. This is a kind of apathy. But to be enthusiastic, to be proactive, not to be just a reactive person, you have to be informed. So back to our question, what is the role of social awareness? The social awareness makes me having more data, know the positives and the negatives in my society. Based on this, I can make my choices. I feel I have a voice. I can be part of the democratic life we are seeking. And then I can judge, was my choice right or not? The process of the elections was right or wrong. The candidates we picked was right or wrong. So I made my decision. I have indicated to say my choice was right or wrong. And according to this, we can have a better thing in our coming decisions. So social awareness makes us capable of making decisions and increases our engagement and feeling part of the whole country. If we don't have this social awareness, especially for the young ones now are very occupied with social media and everything. So if they are not aware and they don't know the importance of being part of the society, we are going to have a generation that's adding nothing to the world.
So this takes us to the role of social media in shaping the thoughts of young people, especially youths, as this is the easiest way to reach them. So how do you see the role of social media at this stage?
I have a blame on social media a bit because they are still targeting people who are 40 and above. The way they talk, the issues they discuss. Youth who are between age 20, 25, 30, they are not aware of what we are saying now. They are not aware of this because we are not reaching them in the proper way. People of this age, this generation, will not approach us. We need to approach them using their methodology, their channels. Why don't we have like small videos, short reels about the elections and the candidates?
And importance of participation.
Yes, why don't we talk about how important that you become a proactive citizen? Why don't we have programs to teach them what do we mean by democracy? Why don't we teach them this is your right and you have to stand for your right? We have to reach them through their channels, not through our own channels.
Yes.
Because if we don't this, we are going to lose a big segment of our community. And this is the segment we are relying on for our future. So we have to raise them from now through our social media, through our short reels, through our movies, through our whatever in the social media. Even the way we write articles, we have to write
it their own. They need motivation.
They need motivation and they need to have loyalty to their country. But if you are talking to me with the language I cannot understand, don't expect I will be part of it.
Yes,
so now, if you go to any of the young people who are 20 or 25 or talking about elections, I don't know. And they don't feel guilty that they don't know, because they don't know the importance of this. So what I really ask social media to play a role in is to find a way to reach youth the way they can be reached. We have to find new ways, new language, new style of talks.
Yes. Also, this takes us to education as the starting point of teaching our new generation about exercising their political rights and to be part of the decision making here in their country. So how can we develop the education here in a way that help in shaping the new generations?
Unfortunately, in some countries, and maybe Egypt is still a bit in this area, hopefully they will come out of this, we are using education as getting certificate, using education is just we are passing some time in schools, but we don't have certain outcome we are seeking. One of the outcomes that now in Egypt we need students who are aware, okay? Why do we in classes teach science and math and English in a fun way? And when we come to civics or civil education, we don't give it that care. So I ask educators, it doesn't have to come from the ministry, it has to come from educators. We as educators, school directors, teachers, they have to give real focus on civic education, to teach them the rights in an interesting way, to teach them what is politics, to teach them what we mean by elections, to teach them. And when they make elections in school, all schools have elections for student union and all these things. They have to relate it to the elections of the country. They have to relate how this affects your democracy, your right, how can this help better. So in schools, yes, we have role. It can be the role of the Ministry of Education, it can be the role of school directors to make civic education an interesting one, to have projects, to make it interesting, to role model, to role play the roles of different politicians in classes. If I as a child is raised up knowing my right and know what elections are, and I sit and discuss things with my dad or mom, and then I go and discuss it with my teacher, these kids will be raised up in a way that they can stand for themselves, they can stand for their rights, and they can ask for benefits, and they can say no and yes, so they will be proactive people and engage more in the society.
Yes, true. In your opinion, what are the challenges that face us when it comes to social awareness?
Okay, most of the challenges we can focus on still education. We have lots of problems in education, despite the fact that we have to admit that we are having lots of new efforts now in the Ministry of Education that is played now by the new minister, and the constitution of the new Ministry of Education now, there are lots of efforts to change the way of education, but still we are having some old bottlenecks in education. What challenges we have is poor health, unemployment, we can say inflation. These four main things, education, inflation, health, unemployment, these are four main challenges that make people feel apathy, as I said. They don't care, they don't want to do anything, they are not motivated. Even the technology we are facing in the world, lots of areas in Egypt, they cannot cope with this education, so they feel behind.
But if they think in the right way, they will find that if they go to elect and to vote their representatives in the parliament, maybe part of their problems will get solved.
I will not go and vote unless I have enough information, unless I know what is the outcome, what's in it for me. I will not go for it unless I know exactly
how it will help me.
Yes, what's in it for me? This is the only thing that motivates people. Yes. What will I get? Okay, so if they really believe, yes, if I put effort and I choose, and I ask, and I get information, and I discuss things before I go for elections. If I do this process totally, by collecting information, by analyzing the information I have, by discussing things, by see the pros and cons, I will be motivated and I will feel capable.
Right.
One of the main reasons that people don't go for elections, that they don't feel they are capable. They are not equipped enough. Although the number of people are going for elections this year is much more than before.
Yes, true.
So we are on the track.
Yes, we hope so. So going back to the role of women in elections, and as we can see that we have also many women candidates, and we also have many women who were keen, still keen to go and vote. So how do you see the Egyptian women's keenness to be part of the political life here in Egypt?
Let us admit that women in Egypt are still facing some challenges, like this is not your role, this is the men's role, don't go to elections, you will find lots of challenges for you there, why don't you stay at home? But we can see now that women are more educated, moms are more educated, so they encourage their kids. Women now in ministries, 25 of the ministries in Egypt are run by women, which is a very good quota. Women now play the role of education for young ones. Women as a role model for ladies, let's speak about the segment of ladies. Women as a role model, and women has been a role model on our life. Let's go back to 1919 when Hoda Sha'arawi and Safiya Zaghloul, they started to increase the awareness for people to seek their economic rights, to seek their social reform. This was in 1919. We are having more of women now in the ministries, in the
mayor,
in yes, lots of judges. Okay, so now women are much more empowered, and they became part of the political life, not only as a symbolic participation. Women now are part of decision making, not just implementation. So women has started to be put in places where they become decision makers, planners. In the past they were just implementers. So now women started to prove yes we are capable, yes we are reliable, and little ladies and women started to look at these role models and say we can be like this. So the segment of females that was neglected, which was resources neglected, now they have voice, they have role to play, they are volunteering in lots of the NGOs to spread awareness. By the way, lots of ladies now, they feel the commitment that they go to rural areas and increase the awareness of women there. There are lots. Hayat Karima is doing this now. Lots of NGOs, UN nations are organizing such committees to go to rural areas and inform the ladies there. So women are playing an excellent role in spreading information, especially that women are much more empathic than men. So when they speak with ladies, they put themselves in their shoe and they speak their language and they tell them what the gaps they have and how important going to the elections and picking the right person. The right person here means the one who can really fill in the gap. Now the ladies in rural areas, by the way, are much more involved than before in the elections. So when we speak about women, women are more empowered now. They are playing a much more active role in the election scenes, and we have role models that we can take them as examples.
So Dr. Amira, also the impact of social awareness on elections, and to what extent it can help in guaranteeing successful parliamentary elections.
Now the number of voters are increasing, the participation is much more, and even the elections that were having some problems, now we are rerunning them. So people are taking things much more serious. The involvement of people, the discipline now that they are learning that if you are not going to be disciplined, things are going to be repeated again. The interference even of the country leader to make sure that everything is going in a disciplined way. This increases the importance of the elections, the number of participants and voters, the seriousness of the candidates, and the commitment of them in walking the talk, as we say.
Yes. I'd like to thank you, Dr. Amira, Sabek Strategic Management and Leadership Expert. Thank you, Dr. Amira, for being with us.
It was my pleasure.
And the viewers, short break and we'll be back, so stay tuned.